A big hello and a warm welcome to all of you amazing and beautiful people out there. Welcome to my channel. In this channeling session, we are going to discuss a karmic, a masculine and a feminine, where the masculine, for some reason, chooses to be with a karmic for materialistic fulfillment or for a happy life or for whatever, their dreams and desires, their materialistic goals to get fulfilled. However, at that point in time, the feminine energy, whosoever possesses it, they give up on it for whatever XYZ reason, which we'll discuss. There are many reasons, but they give up on this person or on this divine love because they don't have that much confidence. However, after inner work and after proper awakening, when the purging happens, they merge those opposite energies, or the blocking energies are released, and the missing parts, or the parts that had been stolen, gone away, gotten into separation, they all come back and they create a union. The unity energies form, and then the same female or feminine energy who was not very confident, who was not ready to show to the masculine that really he can have everything he wants, most importantly a happy life, a relaxed life, a peaceful life, because everybody is literally looking for peace, okay? Nothing else but peace. So he can have a peaceful life without any worries, without any tensions, and it is very much possible, okay? But she was not able to stand up for it, and she herself did not believe in it. She herself was doubting it. But now in this channeling, we are going to discuss how she faces the masculine again, and how she even shows the karmic how much better the feminine is, the twin flame is, not the karmic, okay? Because earlier the karmic was very confident, very secure. She just knew that it's, very easy job for her, very easy. Just with a click of a button or with a snap of a finger or whatever, she can easily get this or get that and get the man or whatever it is, okay? So what brings this change is not anything else. It's not like some law of attraction is working, because these things, they actually put people in deeper into the want or the fulfillment of desires. The twin flame journey is not meant for anyone to fall into the trap of desires. We are not here to go for what is desirable and what is not desirable, or we are not here to complain that the separation happened, or this man ran away, or this woman ran away, or I am being treated so horribly. These are the things that you need to get rid of. These are the attitudes that one needs to get rid of, because in the larger scheme of things, in the bigger picture, all of these things are very much required. If you're going to complain and blame, then you're going to remain unhappy and you will be caught in the problems of good and bad. Okay, what is desirable and what is non-desirable, you will be stuck in that. You may not know that what you don't desire right now, or the things that you are finding difficult to accept right now, are the very same things that can help you in your growth, in your progress. So it is the guru, it is the master, it is the divine love that is going to bring this change in the feminine, that she is going to be so confident that she can literally stand up in the face of anyone and announce or pronounce, and then also walk away, because she doesn't need to chase anything or anyone. She doesn't have to convince anyone. She's not jealous anymore. She's not insecure anymore. Earlier she was jealous, insecure, scared. So she was trying too hard. When you're not jealous, insecure, when you're not scared about what's ahead of you, you don't try any much, You just don't do anything. You just accept whatever it is. In fact, you try, and then at one time you realize that you don't need to try so much. That's the real secret, because whatever is meant for you will come to you, and whatever is not meant to you will also come to you. So might as well just enjoy the ride, and might as well just accept everything. Okay, so let's get started and let's get deeper into this. First of all, we see the masculine, the male energy and the female energy. The first thing that we see is that they are in complete unison in a final picture. Like when we look at the final picture, it's literally like one of them or both of them basically call out to each other, bring each other back from somewhere. Okay, so basically when you get into the worldly world or you get trapped into the Maya, the illusion, the big illusion, then somebody has to bring you out from there. And in reality, it is the guru that brings you out from that illusion. Okay, but here what happens is that it is because of the love, because of divine love, and because of the place they go to, where obviously they are not happy in, where obviously they are not satisfied in, whichever dimension they go to, whichever plane they go to, they are not happy over there. So that unhappiness becomes the reason that eventually makes them go back to each other. Okay, so it's not necessary that these two, the male and female, were always together with each other from the very beginning. Obviously from the very beginning, if we think about very beginning, then we have to go back to the time before birth also, right? And who knows about before birth and after birth? Nobody knows that. We are only aware about this life that we have over here. And especially the people who have not done great deal of inner work, they are very much limited to this life. They consider that this life is all that matters and this life is the only thing, and they kind of see it as a very serious situation also. When they get trapped into the daily rigmaroles, they look at their identity as a separate individualistic identity. They don't see it like a, like a big picture. Like a big picture, you have everything is sorted and everything is same and everything is equal and everything is full of love. That's not how they see it. They see the separation. Okay, so the images of a very beautiful land, you can say, like a dreamland, beautiful houses, beautiful water, everything is so nice. You can see opulence, and at the same time you can see freedom in the culture. Okay, so most of the people who are looking for a better lifestyle, and I can say that this energy is quite frequent nowadays, because especially since the pandemic or since the lockdown has happened, a lot of people want to go abroad, and that itself acts like a bait, because if you don't take the said injections, you can't go anywhere. In order to travel also, you need to take something in. You need to do what the corporation or the higher authority is telling you, and only then you can live a certain type of life. So the bait becomes a certain type of life, right? Earlier, before 2020, the world was a completely different place. You could go anywhere, you could buy a ticket, you can sit in the plane and you could simply go, right? Obviously, if you have the money and if you can afford it. Main thing used to be a visa or a passport and this and that. But now there is a war that the spiritual people are fighting against the materialistic world, because in the materialistic world, there is a lot of fear. In the 3D world, I would say there is a lot of fear. There's a lot of panic. And there's a lot of manipulation going on right now. In fact, there is no clarity of what is happening. There's no clarity about what is healthy for you. There's no clarity about what are you being given. There's no clarity about what is going inside your body, etc., etc. in the 3D world. But all those people who are doing inner work and who are living a slightly more spiritualistic lifestyle, a more awakened, aware lifestyle, they are quite good with the food they eat. And I'm telling you, in my life now, personally also, as a, you can say as a reader, as a therapist over here, I can tell you guys, food plays a very important role in the twin flame journey. You may not know about this, some of you may not know about this, and some of you may know about it. Food plays the most important role. And you would be shocked to know that less people die from starvation, more people die from overeating. More people die from overeating, guys. They fall sick because of overeating. Because our stomach is basically the seat of all the powers, our navel. And those of you who know about Vishnu, Brahma, Mahesh story, it is from the navel of Vishnu that a lotus came out. The Vaishnav accounts of creation mention that Brahma was born in a lotus which emerged from the navel of Vishnu. Okay, so this navel is a very important place, because even as a human being is born, you know that there's an umbilical cord that is connected with the between the mother and the child. This act as a connection. It's like a food pipe, or you can say everything. It's the provider of nourishment. So our navel is the most important place, not our brain. Our gut is the most important place. So in the twin flame journey, you need to understand that your navel is the most important place. In the Indian tradition, you know, there are clothes like the sari. Main cloth of, or main, you can say, custom of Indian tradition was for women to keep the navel open. The men used to wear a dhoti, so they would remain topless, but the women used to wear a blouse and a sari, or maybe a blouse and something in the lower bottom, but the navel used to be open. Okay, so that's why, you know, some people say, you know, why don't the Westerners, when we Indian wear Western clothes or crop tops, you know, the old ladies make faces like, oh, you're wearing such short clothes. So the children, you know, the youth or the women today, they say, how is it okay to wear a sari that shows your navel and that shows your back, but not okay to wear a crop top, right? You must have seen it or heard it somewhere. So the navel, the sari is basically such a dress that it keeps the navel aerated, like you can, the sun is connected to the navel. In fact, you may not know this, but you will know this from now onwards. Even the food that you eat, it all has solar energy. Okay, all the vegetables, I'm talking about vegetables, not meat, because meat is obviously, it's a dead animal that you're bringing into your gut, to your navel, which is the most important place. So first thing most people in twin flame journey automatically feel like doing when they start advancing, when they start ascending, a lot of twin flames have reported this to me. I mean, twin flame is just a label, guys. Anybody who's on the ascension journey, they have reported this, that they do not feel like consuming meat. They quit eating meat. In some families, I have seen the child does not want to eat meat, but the parents keep forcing the child, you know, eat meat, eat meat, eat meat. It will be good for your health, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so the child has no option but to listen to the parents. And then they start developing a taste for it, or even a greed for it. So eating excessive food, eating wrong food, eating junk food, all of this is basically, coming from the Western culture. The only reason why Western culture has got a bad reputation in today's scenario is because of the food, for no other reason, okay? But the Western culture is actually in control of the reptilians. Earlier, there was no such thing as Western culture or Eastern culture. Everything was same. It was one world, and one tradition was followed, and God was not a man who's sitting on the clouds. And, this concept of God is also very confusing. So that's why a lot of people think that, God is somebody who's sitting up there, one person who's keeping all the record. He's a man with a white beard and, wearing some white clothes, and he's like this or like that. That's a wrong concept of God, first of all. That's not what God and Goddess means. Okay, and that's why I prefer to use the word source. We should all use the word source, because source simply means, the point from where you are receiving. It is the point of origination, it is the point, the energy or the process from where any particle, any component, any particular component, it enters a certain system, okay. It is the original point, basically, okay. So now we get our energy from source, that's one thing, but we are coming from the source, right? Our main origin is the source. So now, why am I talking about all this is because these two people, they are very fascinated and enamored by a certain culture, by a certain lifestyle, and because of which eventually a certain karmic also appears, because karmic is a part of that culture, okay, the karmic relationship and the karmic template, okay. One of them will be caught up in the karmic template and the other one will be caught up in the karmic relationship, okay. thinking that the karmic template or the karmic relation is the harbinger of happiness, joy, good health, happy life, blah blah blah. So they are willing to give up on the love they have for each other, the divine love. Okay. Now many people, they confuse divine love with lust, because of which they face problems. So if even one person is more awakened than the other, say there are two people in the relationship, and I'm also coming across couples nowadays where both people are awakened as in they believe in a guru, they believe in a spiritual practice, they are also focused on the spiritual practice, and for them the spiritual practice is of prime importance. Okay. And therefore they are like, I dedicate my life to this. But at the same time, they have feelings for each other, they have liking for each other, they want to keep coming back to each other. And then when they feel this emotional intensity, or they feel that, I'm doing something wrong, I'm probably not on my spiritual path because of this love relationship, or they start feeling some lustful energies, but they are not sure if we are doing the right thing or not. Is it really love, or is it really based out of lust? Is it only purely physical attraction or some kind of attraction, or is it genuinely, something I feel for this person? So they keep getting confused and they keep running and chasing each other because of that also. So they do also choose sometimes, to just divert their mind. They choose a karmic, you can say diversion, karmic template, maybe karmic people. They say, in order to forget this person completely, I need to put my mind into something better. I have to be busy into something, But obviously they keep doing it. This busyness, the so-called busyness is so painful. It creates so much discomfort and havoc that eventually they have no other option to come back to the place of peace, come back to the person who's at least connected with source, they feel. So now, what is happening over here is, one person could be very much happy and committed with a karmic partner, and or you can say a profession. I'm also seeing a profession which brings them money. But there is one thing called profession, being in a profession, but there's another thing, getting blinded by the profession, or thinking that if I don't have this profession, or if I don't follow what the authorities are telling me, which I just spoke about, in order to travel or in order to work in a company or this and that. A lot of people have to do what they're telling you to do nowadays, So a lot of people give up on that, and therefore they sort of lose that connection with the awakened person, because, the awakened person is not going to get trapped into all this. The awakened person is going to be like, know what, I don't care about this, I don't believe in this, I just believe that source is going to provide me whatever I need. So they are happier, and even though they are happier, sometimes what I have noticed is that they are happier, but then they start doing the comparisons, or they start looking at other people, or they are getting simply bored. So, there is one person who tries to connect. And I'm going to tell this to you. It would be better, if the spiritually awakened one is not the one to initiate contact each time. Because whosoever disappears in this, if even I have noticed there's a very strange kind of chasing that people do. In that strange type of chasing, they like to punish, which means that they are technically chasing a person. They are the ones who want a person very badly. They want to be with that person. They want to meet that person. They want to hang out with that person. They want to be very close and intimately connected with that person. They want a love confession from that person. They want so much, but they cannot say it openly. They don't have the guts to say it openly. They are not courageous enough. They are not bold enough, to accept that yes, I am in love with you, or I am very much attracted to you. I would like to be with you. So they start playing the mind game. So they'll start vanishing, or they'll give little bit, like they'll throw little bit to you. One day they'll come back and they'll say, hey, what's up? And they'll be like very sweet and nice. And then again, next day they'll go missing. They'll have some cute nicknames for you, or they'll say, I'll come to meet you, or they'll probably meet also. in person they are very nice and they are acting like they really desire you and blah blah blah, and then when they go back they feel that I should not be giving so much. So this problem of giving and then expecting also happens when a person is not spiritually mature, okay, or they are trapped in karmic entanglements because they have certain expectations of how life should be. Okay, so if I go ahead with this person, if I date this person, see, any which way they don't have much in their hands, but still they play this game. Okay, and they get into spiritual practices only to get some desire fulfilled. Let me explain it in a simpler way. Say, for example, there is a person who wants to be with a certain type of person romantically or in a relationship, okay, and they've tried a lot, it doesn't work out. Finally, someone says, you should go to the temple, you should chant, and that will heal you, that will clear your energy, all the negativity will go away. Like in Twinflame world also, they want to heal the divine masculine. A lot of people contact the therapist, they say, please heal the masculine, or how will the masculine get healed? They are more concerned about that, they're not concerned about their personal healing. They don't want to improve, they don't want to create higher vibes or better vibes, and they don't even want to surrender to the teacher. One of the biggest problem that I see that most students have is, first of all, they are not willing to surrender. They are doing some deal with the therapist or with the teacher, and even with the supreme being, even with source, even with masters, they're doing a deal that, what, I am doing so many prayers, or I am doing all this therapy work, or I am getting into this, or I am getting into that. When will my union happen? When will I get that person, the one that I desire so much? Okay. Well, that way, you're really not doing any favor to anyone, not even to yourself, because your work is not authentic. You should know by now, and you should understand that if you are attracting a certain type of a situation which is making you uncomfortable, and it's happening to you over and over again, it is actually germinating from you and nowhere else. Okay? The divine already has a plan for you. The supreme being already has a plan for you. Now some of the people say, oh, this journey is so problematic, there's so much pain in this journey. Why would, God create such a horrible, painful journey for someone? If God is the, energy that is supposed to take care of me, then why there are so many problems in the world? Why there is so much crime in the world? And mostly people are not connected to those things more so, but they are more concerned about the pain and the heartbreak that they're going through. So they go to God so that they can get out of that situation, get out of that heartbreak. But they are in that situation purely because they're always doing a barter deal and not working on themselves. They don't know how to be happy, okay? They don't know how to enjoy in the moment, and they don't know how to be in the present moment fully, okay? They are mostly living in the past, or they're mostly living in the future. And because they have fear of the past and fear of the future, then what they do is they keep creating or recreating the same scenarios over and over again. It's like literally repeating the same trauma every single day or every now and then. So one of the person who is more trapped in the karmic reality, they are just simply trying to get out of the pain and misery, or get out of the difficulty that they are facing, the difficult lifestyle that they have. They just want to get out of it. As simple as that. Okay. So sometimes there is a very weird type of chasing that people do, and I have come across those people. They play all these mind games, so they fully don't mentally they are chasing all the time, okay, but physically they don't show the emotions and they don't show the feelings. So what happens is that they are never the ones who get chosen, because they are always incomplete in their approach. Okay, like there are some people, they may not be very commitment pro. Again, another thing that I have come across in some situation, especially the happy people. Some of these spiritually awakened people, they don't want to commit to anyone. They never commit so easily in romantic relationships, but they are extremely giving in terms of love and affection. You can call them anytime. They're very comforting. you can talk to them, you can share with them. And if you ask them, I feel so lonely, they'll say, hey, come on, I love you, I'm there for you. They are very nice that way. But if the other person starts expecting too much from them, then they are the ones who would say, hey, I'm willing to give you love, but I'm not willing to live up to so many of your expectations. You have way too much expectations. Another type of chaser that I have seen is that they are probably married. They are in a relationship. They could even have a family and children, but they don't want to leave that. They want to keep that. They want to continue that. They feel that, it's a part of themselves that they don't want to disrupt. They want that also. But at the same time, they want proper commitment from either the twin flame partner, the DM or the DF. Okay. So obviously, the person on the opposite side may not be comfortable with that. Maybe somebody could be, okay, fine, you have another family, you can keep that family and you can have an affair with me or whatever, we can figure it out. But maybe it's not germinating from an idea of love, but it's germinating from the idea of insecurity, loneliness, and lack of being happy in what you have. Because if you already have a certain commitment with someone, you are already committed to someone, you are already married, you could be having children, or you are engaged to someone, and the other person, you want that person also to commit to you, but they don't want to commit to you. They are like, no, I don't want to commit to you, I love you, I like you, but I don't wish to commit to you because you're already committed elsewhere. And still they have a problem. I mean, the person who's committed is having a problem. That why you're not committing to me, why you don't want to be with me, why you can't. So you need to give freedom to other people also, okay? You must be chasing them, very good. You must be thinking it's your twin flame, but you also don't have the guts to leave a happy family. And I don't know if it's a happy family or not a happy family. Or, you could be having children and you feel that the children needs the mother and the father both. Or maybe you have a business together, or maybe you have some, responsibility together with another person, and you feel that you don't want to disrupt the balance over there of your life, okay? You want that person to continue, you're willing to give them whatever they need monetarily. Maybe, I don't know how people manage this physical intimacy concept with so many people at the same time. Maybe they do it, I'm not here to judge anyone. How they do it could be difficult or could be easy, depends on them. However, the point here is that why is one person not ready to willingly get into a very materialistically based 3D relationship? Sometimes when I use the word materialistic, I don't completely mean only money. Materialistic is anything related to the 3D world, which means that showing off of a relationship, they don't want to show off a relationship. They don't want to do all this on the social media, announcing a relationship, posting pictures about their relationship, a romantic relationship as such. They want to keep it very private, and the other person could be like asking for it too much all the time. And if you're not giving it to them, they get upset about it. They're like, no, you're not committing to me publicly or on social media or anywhere else. Even though the other person is spending a lot of time. Like, I can understand if the other person is not spending any time, they're not making phone calls, or they're not meeting, or they're not, talked about you to other people, to their, friends or anyone. It can be painful. Now, in some cases, a separation is going on, okay? Like the runner-chaser dynamic is getting dissolved and there's harmony. So the one who was in a karmic relationship probably realized that this karmic relationship is not for me, and I want to get out of it. But because they want to avoid some legal complications, or they want to avoid, some drama that would be created by the karmic, if the karmic finds out that they've gone back to an old love relationship, or they've decided to do something else with their personal life, they might create a scene. So they want to avoid a scene, and that's why they want to keep it a secret, or that's why they want to keep it, under the wraps for some time. Who knows how much time will it take? 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, 5 years, God knows how long that legal battle will go on, or how long they are meant to be waiting to get out of that relationship. But in the meantime, the other person is not very comfortable. They feel that, I don't want to commit myself into a relationship which already has so much baggage. If this person wants to come back to me, then they should come back to me completely, or they should come back to me in a more emotional manner instead of more intimate and demanding manner. Because the one who's trying so hard to get out of the karmic relationship, that person is not emotionally independent either. They are still in a karmic situation, and at the same time they are expecting the other person to commit to them properly, but they will not give you 100%. They will give you only 50% or half of it. They don't have the courage, or they don't have the bold attitude to stand up and say that yes, this is the person I want to be with, I always wanted to be with. Maybe I can say, there are many situations that play out. Maybe their fear is right. They are trying to avoid any difficulty that could stop these two people from coming back. So it's all based on understanding, and it's all based on what you want from a certain relationship, from a husband, from a wife, from a man, from a woman, from a karmic, from a twin, from true lover. What do you want from your husband? Like I said, wife. We may not know that all husbands and wives are twin flames for each other. Maybe one of them is a twin flame, and they are with each other because of the children or whatever the reason is. Another problem is that in the materialistic world, in the 3D world, there is something called expectations. These expectations are so big sometimes that it can be really difficult to live up to those expectations. Okay? People don't accept their life how it is. People are unhappy because they don't accept the predestined life story they have already been given, and they are just a character in that, because that sorts of hurts their ego, and that sorts of make them feel that they are probably somebody's slave of an invisible power. Like when people come to me, I tell them, when they are saying that, oh, my life is not so good, oh, this is bad or that is bad, I tell them, why don't you, instead of blaming and complaining, just leave everything and just accept it all, whatever way your life is, just accept it the way it is. Good, bad, doesn't matter. You may be having bad relationships or bad family members or unhappy job scenario, whatever it is. The things that you can get out from, nobody is asking you to stay in those situations. You are in those situations by your own wish and will. So the things that you can get out from, say you are in a job where you have a horrible boss and you keep complaining about that horrible boss and how bad that job is, but you don't leave that job. You keep sticking to that job as well. For whatever reason, insecurity, this, that, these are your excuses. Because you don't have enough faith in the universe, you don't have enough faith in source, you don't have enough faith in the supreme being. So you say that if I quit from here, if I leave from here, I will be in bad situation, or if say you say I have to leave from here and then I have to be on a break for 2-3 months, what am I going to do? How am I going to survive? Nothing is going to work out for me. And for that fear, for that limited amount of fear, you are willing to basically destroy your peace of mind for such a long time, then it would be you who is at fault. Same happens for people who are in unhappy karmic relationships, but they don't get out of it because they are scared of maybe the tag of a divorcee, or they are scared of, losing on a codependent relationship. They are scared of being alone, or sometimes they may be okay to get out of the karmic relationship, but they feel that the one they love, the one they want, they will not come to them. And if they don't come to them, then what will they do? What the hell will they do? How the hell would their life turn out to be? It will be a horrible life, right? That's how they feel. So they don't leave the karmic entanglement as well. And when I say karmic entanglement, sometimes it is also being referred to addictions, like alcohol addiction, drug addiction, smoking addiction, like I said, bad food, eating habits, just lethargy, full of life, no workout, no exercises, no mission, no purpose, no spiritual studying, just living in a very monotonous, robotic life, just going on every day. And they know that this is the biggest reason why they are stuck, but they don't want to change it because they are scared of what could happen, especially that things will never change. The best way to actually be happy is to accept whatever situation you are in. Whether you are a chaser who's playing games, who's not fully going out there, just dropping hints all the time. It's been like 4 years, 5 years of dropping hints, sending messages. Some of the people don't even want to meet the other person because they're scared that if they meet me in person, they'll stop liking me, So they keep continuing in an online relationship or what do you call it, virtual relationship, basically. They live in a virtual relationship and still they keep complaining that the other person is not committing to me, the other person doesn't want me. But they are so insecure of their own self, of their own looks, of their own body, of their own personality. They feel that if I go out and meet a person, they will never like me, they will never accept me, they will downright reject me. So let me just carry on with whatever I have. At least they talk to me. Maybe the other person never takes you seriously because of the same reason, because they feel that, this person is just some online friend, some random online friend, which is good to kill time with. Sometimes on and off, I can have a talk with this person. Or maybe because they are the ones who are insecure, they are the ones who are sending the messages, they are the ones who are initiating contact every time, and then they are the ones who get negative and then they disappear, because every time they get negative, they are like, what, I need to get away from this person, I don't want to be with this person, I want to stay away from this person, because every time I think about this person, I get my heart broken, I'm very sad, they are never there for me, they never ask me out. Even if they'll ask you out, such people would never realize it, they'll never get to know, because they want way too much proof, they want way too much, written everything in the paper, and only then they will step out of their comfort zone and give their commitment or their heart or their loyalty to someone. So this type of business dealing, barter dealing, be it with God, be it with some kind of teacher you have, be it in the therapy, be it in this relationship, the twin flame journey, this type of barter deal will never work, It will just simply waste your time, because you are actually still very much trapped in the mind and in the ego and in the fear-based reality. You're yourself not getting out of it. So now here we see the man or the woman. In your case, you can apply whatever. They choose a karmic reality, a karmic partner, and it's extremely painful for them. However, it is the other person who steps up. So energetically, I think over here I see the feminine energy that steps up. If you are a man with feminine energy, then you could have given up, on all the fears, and you could have just walked up to that person, and now this person is with a karmic, full-fledged with a karmic, and you maybe go and make a love confession, and even the karmic finds out. Say the karmic is also there, and you just go in front of the karmic, the boyfriend, girlfriend, whatever, husband, wife, you just walk up and you just say that, I have feelings for you, and then you leave it. You tell the person that, I love you, I am there for you, and this person that you're with, this is not the right person for you. And I know that because you only told me that you're choosing this person because you feel that this type of lifestyle or this type of person is going to bring you some materialistic happiness, opulence, wealth, a job opportunity, whatever it could be. Okay. So one of the person here steps up, and I'm saying that this is a different situation, guys. Understand the situation. Here the situation is very clear. That one person chooses a karmic template and a karmic reality or a karmic relationship knowingly that I want the materialistic fame, the wealth, the money, the recognition, or just a tag of a relationship, but I don't want to be into this because this is more difficult. The spiritual one is more difficult. So the spiritual one now becomes powerful after awakening process. The spiritual one stands up and says that, enough of your bullshit. I'll show you how it works. And they can do it. They are very confident they can do it. So maybe they make this very clear announcement, like waging a war on someone, very openly standing up to you or to someone, not up to you, but you could be that person too, So this is where I'm going to say that now the feminine is extremely confident, extremely secure. She has that thing, you can see it in her face. That thing that we call illumination. So earlier she was not even facing the karmic. She would look at the karmic and her heart would skip a beat. She would get totally scared of the karmic. She would be like, karmic is my biggest enemy. Now she's like, who karmic? What karmic? Where is the karmic? The karmic could be standing right in front of her face, but she would not care because she knows she's amazing. She's amazing and she's like the one, the right one for this man who's like an idiot, acting like an idiot, being so scared and wrapped up in all the worldly worries. Now, if you feel that being a man, you are in the place of the feminine, whatever I discussed, then you apply the channeling accordingly, okay? So here I would like to say that she is going to irritate the karmic so much because see, the karmic has a problem with the feminine's energy because now the feminine is very confident. Earlier, in this case, when she knew about the feminine, she always knew that there's something up with this man. She always knew that he's not completely available. The energies are not that. But she was very confident and she looked at him and she felt that he's gullible, he's good, like he's a good husband material or a boyfriend material or whatever you want to call it. And he was like, okay, she's a good partner material because she's going to bring in all these perks, at least, an easy life for me. So now both of their dreams are going to get shattered and he is going to realize the worth of what his life was because the divine feminine or the feminine, you can say, is not going to chase him. She's just going to be like very bold. That's all. Energy will do whatever. And when you don't chase anything, when you don't run after anything, when you don't act out anything, when you don't complain, you don't crib, that's what source wants. Source is very happy with these type of people, who are okay with everything, who accept every command, everything that God has decided for them. And God is not a old man with a long beard in the clouds. That's why I like to use the word source, the word universe. The word guru is so much better than the word God because God word has created a lot of confusion. Even in the Sanatan Dharam, we don't have this concept. We never had this concept of one God is doing this or doing that. We have so many different roles. A preserver is there, a creator is there, a destroyer is there. Then we have the female energy, the Devi, we have the divine beings, we have the deities, then we have these people who run the celestial places, the heavens, then we have the asuras. So that's the reason why I enjoy studying the metaphysics that comes from the Indian subcontinent because it is so full of awesomeness, and so cool to actually study. It doesn't focus on, you got to do this and there can't be any flaws and you have to live up to this and you have to live up to that. That puts a lot of pressure on people. But when you read books like Ramayana and Mahabharata, you realize that even those people were flawed and they also had to go through the certain type of karma. If Ram and Sita did not accept their life the way it was, he could have said, I don't want to go to the woods, I don't want to go for Vanvas, I don't want to take the exile, I don't want to do this. He could have simply refused and refuted also. But he didn't do that. He just said, okay, and Sita accepted everything. And then they enjoyed whatever they had. Okay. So that ends the runner-chaser dynamic when you accept the order of nature, the order of supreme, without this ego that, okay, if I accept, I would be under their command or whatever, how people say. But this is not like you are somebody's slave or somebody's servant. This is just having faith that whatever they have thought for you, it is going to be good for you. If not now, in the future, whenever, because you are here on planet Earth for a very short span of time. It's a very temporary life. Already it is fixed. Your time of birth and your date of death is already fixed. So you should not be scared of the day that you're going to die, because everybody is going to die. Some people who are ascended masters and some people who are in union, like I don't mean just like marriage or that, I mean proper union. When you go through a complete merge of feminine and masculine energies within you, you can see through time and you understand things that yes, in fact, okay guys, I do want to mention it over here. My great grandmother was a very powerful lady, very, very powerful being actually. I think she was probably some kind of a goddess. And she used to do a lot of these things that people used to be, like wow about. And she had many gifts. Okay. Some of her gifts were so insane. Like, she lost all her teeth, and then all her teeth came back again. All of her teeth. And then before her death, she announced her death, that I'm going to die on this date, on this time, and this everything, whatever it was. And then she conducted a ritual where she performed all her own rites and rituals before her death. So she was the person who said, I'm going to perform all of my rites and rituals, and I'm going to breathe my last at this time and at this hour. And that's exactly how it happened. So she was my great grandmother. Okay. A very powerful being. Even my teacher, my master, my guru, he was aware when he would leave the body. So he had already given a letter to one of his confidantes, and in the letter he just told them that read this letter once I'm not here. And the confidantes, obviously they also do a lot of spiritual practice, so they did not go like, oh my God, what are you saying? They said, okay. Whenever it happens, he said, whenever it happens, but he gave it to them in the right time, where again he had mentioned that this is how the rituals, my bodily rituals, once I leave the body, once the pran leaves the body, then these pran means life force. Once the life force leaves the body, then you conduct this ritual, this type of ritual, like whatever is needed, okay? So personally, I have known these people, I have spoken to these people, and they've raised me. So I have no doubt in my mind that it is very much possible, but you obviously need to do a lot of inner work. Not you, even anyone, including me. We all need to do inner work, and we all need to connect with our higher self. We all need to connect with the source, and it can only happen when we completely surrender to Guru. So if in your life it is, separation is meant to happen for some time, then please accept the separation happily with a smile. If you are not making as much money as you wanted to make, please accept it. If you have a health situation, accept it. Because once you accept it, once you fully accept it, then automatically you'll be very shocked to know that some solution will appear in front of you, which will change things for you. Okay? You'll either start eating better, you'll start working better, you'll be more motivated, you'll be more positive, you'll be more happy, you'll understand things better, and you'll have a mission and purpose in life. Okay? The real mission is not to be in a three-dimensional relationship. Okay? The real mission is to be happy, and in this case, in this channeling also, the feminine is happy. She is happy, she has found her peace. So she's literally telling the masculine that you can be with her, no problem. You want to be with the karmic, be with her. But she is not the right person for you, and you want to grow out of this mess, then you better move out from this fake relationship. Okay? And that's it. She leaves from there. After doing all of that, she leaves from there, and that's all. And then she leaves it to God, to source, to universe. Okay? Whatever name you want to give it. If your understanding of God is correct, then there is no problem in using the word God. Okay? Master, source, Guru. When we say master, some people have a problem in saying the word master. Because when they say master, they feel like as if they are somebody's servant. That's how they feel. But then that's not the right way. Because master doesn't just mean a person who is giving you some kind of order, who wants to rule over you. Master is someone who knows the best for you. Master is someone who's never going to do anything wrong for you. That's the kind of faith you need to have in the master. And trust me, this at least I can say from my personal experience, that sometimes the most difficult days, the most difficult times, the most difficult situations, the most, dark places, if you just accept it, that yes, this is what it is, they will turn into bright light. So thank you so much for being here with me. I'll see you in another one. You can check out the description box for personal readings, for personal sessions, and to book therapies and to work with me for your inner work journey. One love and peace out.